We've been hearing a lot about ecosystems, partner ecosystems, and sometimes I wonder, does everybody think about a partner ecosystem the same way when we say that term? I mean, it is evolving. Like, what do you think of?
Well, definitely not, because I have at least 2 different models in my own head. So, the multitude of clients that we work with, I know that they must have at least 2 models in their head as well. And we're seeing that bear out in reality, right? It's kind of going in 2 different directions, I'm seeing. So there are some organizations who are really doubling down with 1, 2, maybe 3 supplier relationships at once. And you get a depth of relationship with those suppliers.
So they're really expecting those suppliers to do like the whole stack.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And they've got to know everything about that client's business. The ones that do it well, at least, are the ones who really understand in detail, what it means to make that business work. Just having that superficial layer of being a technologist, that's not sufficient at all. So we see some clients, want to build those deep relationships with partners in that way. And then there's others who are still taking the best of breed approach. And you've got niche skill sets over here which you need to bring into the organization, or they weren't able to fulfill the demand that they've got from a different part of the organization, bringing in the skill sets differently. So, I'm seeing at least 2 different models, certainly in Europe. What's it like in America?
I'd say it's the same thing. And in fact, I almost feel like that second model is becoming much more enticing because there's so many players out there who have so many different types of software capabilities. They have niche kind of capabilities that's really important for their business. So I think now they're looking for SIs, right? For integration partners to figure out how to glue all this together. So I think they still have, maybe it's a hybrid, they still have those deep relationships with a few partners who they really trust. But that opens up kind of how they can integrate all these new and innovative sort of ways for them to really speed down the transformation path that they really need.
And I think there's a really interesting example of some of the SIs, some of the really big players, are taking the mindset of, well, I know clients are going to want to pick some of the niche skill sets from here and there and from some organizations that are competitors to me, and I'm going to bring them in. I'm going to either acquire that talent by buying the company, or I'm going to hire it into the organization. I heard of an organization recently that are hiring behavioral psychologists, and they're wrapping them up as part of their teams that they're using for clients. So they're understanding clients want niche skill sets, but we can bring them in as part of our sort of global team.